Right, the second concept that we need to learn is inheritance. So inheritance is a process where an object acquires all the properties and behaviors of a parent object. So to give you this very simple example, let's go ahead and create a class. So here I'm going to create a new class and I'm going to say that this is the animal class. And right here, let's first create a field called private and then string and then name. So every animal has a name. So now let's go ahead and create a constructor. So I've just pressed Control Enter, and let's also have our getters and setters. So hopefully you should be familiar with this now. And let's also have the toString just in case, right? So now this class right here allows us to create animals. So if I go back to main and let me simply say animal, and then animal equals to new, and then animal, just like that. And the name, let's simply say Bobby. So I'm really sorry if you are named Bobby, and by no means I want to offend you. So right here we have this animal right here called Bobby, and we have this method. So I can go ahead and say south and then animal dot and then get name, right? So if I run this, you can see that we have Bobby. Now what inheritance is the following. So let me go ahead and create another class, and I'm going to say dog, right? So this is the dog class, and we know that dog is an animal, so I can say extends and then animal. So this is what inheritance is. So now in here I need to create the actual constructor, and I'm saying super. So super means this variable right here, so name, will be passed inside of our super class, which is animal, right? So this is actually, so if I go to animal, this is setting the actual name, right? So there is no need for us to say this dot name in here. Now the cool thing here is that this dog right here can also have its own properties. So for example, I could say private and then string and then breed. So let's add this to constructor. So let me simply say string and then breed, and here I'm going to say this dot breed equals to breed, and let's define the actual getter and setter for breed, right? So there you have it. Now I'm going to go back to main, and we have two classes. So we have dog, so let's go ahead and simply say dog, and then this will be, let me simply say dog here equals to new and then dog, and then for the name I'm just going to say flex, and then for the breed I'm going to say that this is a bull and then dog. So now I can go ahead and pretty much just say south. So I'm going to use the methods available inside of dog. So I'm going to say dog dot, and now check this out. I've got available the get name, right? So the get name was defined. So get name was defined in the super class of which is animal, right? But also I have the actual breed. So I'm going to say get name and then is a, and let me just add plus here, and then dog dot and then get breed. If I run this, there we go. You can see that Flex is a bulldog, and this is the power of inheritance. So obviously inside of the animal class you see that I do only have this property right here, and you could have every attribute which is common to every single animal in this class right here, and then attach extra fields, right, extra properties to the individual classes. So as we did here with dog, right? So breed, this is something for dogs, right? And this is inheritance. Now let me go back to main. So there is one more thing that I want to show you. So here, one thing with inheritance is, instead of me saying dog here, right, because I know that dog is an animal, I can simply change this from dog to animal, and we get an error because in here animal doesn't have the get breed, right, but it does have the get name. So let me simply comment this for now, and let me simply say south and then dog. And if I run this, you can see that we have name and then equals flex. So there you have it. This is inheritance in action. If you have any questions on inheritance, do let me know. Otherwise, let's move on.